What's going on?
Oh.
It's the Simon Brothers in the house. We got our main man, of course, Johnny.
Oh.
Big Johnny North. Big North man. What's up, buddy?
I was just watching the end of this pay-per-view. It's been long. Some good parts, some bad parts, but it's been okay overall.
Yeah, I think this pay-per-view's been pretty good. Right now, we are watching the main event. It is Stadium Stampede 2, the revenge of the Stampede. The Stampede returns.
Stampede harder.
And
Hiya!
Sammy Guevara is fighting Shawn Spears now. Shawn Spears appeared in like a dark room somewhere in the arena filled with steel chairs, and he was sitting there with special lighting, like a spotlight down on him. It was weird. I didn't really love the last Stadium Stampede. I'm not loving this one either. So far, it's a lot of like, okay, these two guys are going to pair up and then they're going to brawl. Like Chris Jericho and MJF were like brawling around the arena, and then they went through a door, and then we just cut to, oh, now Jake Hager and Wardlow are brawling over here, and then they went through a paper wall, and now we're watching Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears brawl. It's like they brawl for a while, there's like an end sequence, and then they cut to the next movie fight. Sammy Guevara is choking Shawn Spears with a wire. Is this the end sequence? No, he's looking up. I think he's going to jump off a thing onto Shawn Spears, who's on probably a crash pad. What was that?
Is that a subscription?
Was that a new subscriber? Shout out Sacktown.
Nice.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is the channel you want to subscribe to. This is the video you want to like. These are the things you want to do in your life. You want to get notified every time we go on, you know? There you go. I like that wider screen for me and Unky over here. Oh. Big Unk in the house.
It's a very theatrical segment, the Sammy Guevara, Shawn Spears. There's a lot of like jumping and flipping around. It feels very highly choreographed.
Yeah. I'm not really loving it. I'm not loving the deal here.
As Paul White would say, they're dancing.
How's it sound, Johnny? Does he sound all right? We don't often have two men in the studio.
I think there's moments where like both like your audio's kind of cut sometimes, but
I think that's you. I think that's you.
Yeah, that's you, John.
Yeah, that's your internet. Your internet's cutty a little bit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Angelo on the chat right now. Who won the AEW World title? He wants to know. Angelo is a member of the team, so we're going to answer his questions. Angelo, Kenny Omega retained the AEW World Championship tonight in what I thought was the match of the night. I thought we saw a fantastic match tonight from Kenny Omega, Pac, and Orange Cassidy. Great stuff. I thought Kenny killed it. Pac killed it. Orange had a great performance. Match of the night for me so far.
I'm hearing the broadcast. John, is that you?
That's us.
Oh, it's us? Oh.
It's the TV right
I'm
here.
on mute. Right?
No, we're not muted. We're listening to stuff. I want to hear it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Yeah, that was the match of the night for sure.
Yeah.
Kenny, Pac, and Orange. Orange, I think, brought it tonight. You know, I think he was the wild card in that match. But he bumped around a lot. A lot of the moves he did with his hands in his pockets were highly impressive. He wasn't, doing necessarily the flips or the big suplexes like his opponents were, but he hung. He looked totally like natural in that kind of main event match. Big night for Orange Cassidy.
I liked it. I liked the hands in the pockets flips that he was doing. That was pretty damn impressive. What is this? They're doing a drink off? Now the Revival is in a bar setting with Santana and Ortiz, and they were about to drink, but now they're just like throwing punches at each other. I just don't like these types of brawls, these types of movie-style wrestling matches, the cinematic thing.
It's like from a Western.
Yeah, I don't, this isn't my favorite type of wrestling. I like the Kenny match. I thought Hangman and Brian Cage had a killer match to open up the pay-per-view. I thought the pay-per-view tonight has been, pretty good. We're going to give it a grade on 10 when this thing's all over. But so far, I've been enjoying it. This Stadium Stampede is not what I tune in for. I'm a little surprised that this one is is the last match on the card, but I guess I shouldn't be. You know, it's a big kind of gimmick match all over the arena, but I don't know. Oh, there's Conan.
Oh, Conan!
Oh, Tully Blanchard was gonna hit Ortiz with a stick, but Conan is there to stop him.
Conan?
LAX in the house.
Orale!
I guess Conan was the DJ in the bar.
I shook his hand once.
Oh.
It was an honor.
What was that? A new subscriber? Thank you to a new subscriber.
Tim Withers, Lisha.
God bless. Yeah, I thought we've had a good pay-per-view so far, though, John. You been enjoying the action?
It's been okay. I mean, some matches I enjoy, some matches not so much. I felt like it started off pretty good, then it kind of took a bit of a dip. It started to pick up again a bit, and now here we are. I mean, it's okay, but not their best pay-per-view. Far from it, I think.
Yeah, maybe not, but I don't know. I've been enjoying it. It's been a good pay-per-view. The matches have all been solid. This is my least favorite thing on the card, right? I mean, although the Cody and Anthony Ogogo match is my least favorite thing on the card in reality. But this is just, kind of long. I'm watching Ortiz just hit the Revival guy with a trash can. Not that hard, just kind of all over him.
Tiring him out.
Doesn't look that bad. We've seen guys hit other guys with a trash can and it's immediately like scrunched in one hit. Took him like 20 hits to scrunch it a little bit. Oh, and now Dax is just whipping bottles at Ortiz. That's pretty good.
It's not bleeding from it, though.
No, because they're not real bottles. Because they're exploding on impact. And there's no blood at all. Yeah, it's cartoonish, It's a cartoony match that we're watching right now.
I believe they're about to go brawl into an elevator. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon, Like right now, there'd be like a little music cue going like...
Maybe. Mark Henry is all elite. That was pretty cool, right? Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. I mean, I don't think he's going to wrestle anymore. But Mark Henry announced as one of the announcers for the AEW Rampage show that's going to start in August. And he came out on the stage, and he's going to talk more on Dynamite coming up on Friday night. And he's also going to be one of the coaches in AEW. So Mark Henry accepting, looks like a full-time job with AEW. Another WWE legend, another Hall of Famer, going over to All Elite Wrestling. That was a surprise. I don't think he's going to make a huge difference as far as what we see on the show. I don't think he's going to wrestle. I mean, maybe once in a while. But I think he'll be roughly he'll make the same type of impact as Big Show has made so far in AEW, which is
he's there. Presence.
Yeah, that's it. He's a legend. He's a name. He's good to kind of show to people that you have him working for you. But as far as the kind of week-to-week product, I don't know. Ooh, Wardlow just took a choke slam from Hager off a
some
golf cart
panels
or something through some wood stuff. That's pretty good. Yeah. Not as awesome as that choke slam Lance Archer gave Miro tonight. Good God Almighty, what a choke slam. That was beautiful.
Yeah, you want to talk about best match? I really thought the Hangman versus Brian Cage match, to me, that was the best match I've seen tonight.
That was really good. That was really good.
I mean, it kind of helps too when you're the first match. I mean, it was really hot for it. There's some great action in that one, I thought. It's just a great way to start the pay-per-view. Maybe good. Because maybe they should have started with the Cody match, because that was seeming more like a beginner kind of match, get the crowd kind of going. But that was just like fantastic. Like, to me, that could have been. It was that good, that match.
Yeah, I mean, it can't really main event because there's not that much on the line. But I get what you're saying. It was a very, very good match. Hangman versus Brian Cage. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought the Kenny match was a little bit better, but not by much. I won't argue with you. Given the Hangman versus Brian Cage match of the night, it was incredible. And up until that the AEW title match, it would for sure be my match of the night. Oh, did Jericho just staple a thing onto MJF's head? Is that real? Ow. Is he bleeding now? I mean, he should be, right?
Isn't that like a throwback to, I think, match? Didn't he staple something to Jericho in their match or something?
I can't remember.
In the Blood and Guts match?
No, I think
they're
it was
one-on-one?
back in November. Yeah.
Maybe. I forget.
That's possible. MJF and Jericho now brawling. They're brawling in a boardroom of sorts for the Jacksonville Jaguars in this Stadium Stampede. I'm surprised they're ending this pay-per-view, which, this pay-per-view, one of the most striking things about it has been the fans. It's a packed house. It's loud. It's the most raucous, crowded wrestling show that I've witnessed in nearly 2 years at this point, right?
Right.
So why are they main eventing this show with a match that's not in front of this crowd?
I think it's just odd where you place this match anywhere else. I mean, unless it's like the first thing you see, but that'd be kind of rough for the fans to watch that. Like, you just start the show and they're watching it and you're in the middle, because then everything else afterwards will kind of just die out a bit, the fans. So at the end was really the best place they could have done it. And in terms of watching the pay-per-view as well, it's easier for us watching it. You've seen all the good wrestling, now it's just going to be a movie to end it. A lot of people just go to bed now, if anything.
They should have had like a Blood and Guts type match for tonight's card, I think. I think the fans would be like really responding to that, like the brutality of that match or something like it.
Yeah.
They should have swapped it, had the whatever halftime brawl, whatever the hell they call this thing.
Stadium Stampede.
Yeah, like during the last big AEW Dynamite card they had, and then had the big bloody match in front of the fans, and the fans would be like, "Ah!"
That does make sense.
There's some really crazy shit that went on that match.
Yeah.
Like with the fork, and Jericho taking the bump at the end.
But I think this match will probably have a happier ending. Oh.
Thank you,
Patrick C. Hamilton. Here to fans in the stands. Next stop, Habs Jets. I hope so. Is that a possibility?
Well, it's Game 7 tomorrow.
And if they win, do they play the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully it happens, but I feel like they already got a victory that was big enough, because to win Game 6 in front of fans again in Montreal was quite fantastic. So, win or lose, we've already won.
We know who Johnny's cheering for. He's rocking the jersey, as he often is. Sean Spears is getting chased down by some guys on motorcycles. Who are these guys?
I don't know. I thought they were are they Jacksonville Jaguars?
I don't think so. I think they're just men.
And John, you think we'll get a cameo from Trevor Lawrence? You know who that is? You know who that is? Oh, he was the number 1 overall pick in the draft a couple months ago for the Jaguars. He's supposed to be a good quarterback. Come on, John.
Yeah, not needed whatsoever.
You get a pop.
They can use the cheerleaders and the mascot. That's all, I think. I think people would somewhat get by that, and that's it.
There we go. See, this is what I figured they would do. They got to finish the match in front of the crowd. And now Jericho's working his way through the crowd with MJF. This is what you got to do. And the crowd's going nuts for it. This is good. This is good. And MJF is bleeding. They're in the crowd. If I would have told you 6 months ago they'd be walking around through a crowd, nobody's wearing a mask, and MJF is bleeding and sweating all over all sorts of people, you'd have told me I was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised how few masks there are. I'm surprised how many people there are. There's no social distancing whatsoever. This looks like back to normal. MJF is threatening to throw Jericho over a balcony onto, it would be a huge fall.
What was he, Mustang Sally?
What did you think of the entrance for Inner Circle rappelling down from the scoreboard? I am always nervous to see wrestlers rappelling down from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a little different because like that was probably taped. Like live, it's kind of different. But if it's taped, there's probably people make sure things don't go awry. It's happened in the past, so I wasn't too worried about it because it's like a movie kind of thing. Everything's been done, taped, and like they probably practiced that a couple of times anyways.
Yeah. Maybe they even had a giant net underneath them. I would have asked for a net
Yeah,
if it was taped.
Would not be surprised. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Sammy Guevara is in a golf cart again, and now he's chasing down Shawn Spears. Jericho just powerbombed MJF through some sort of wood thing, kind of wood, cardboard thing on the
Fake
balcony. Yeah, whatever it was. And now Sammy Guevara just hit Shawn Spears with the golf cart in the arena, and he's standing on the golf cart going banana. Yeah.
They love the golf cart. They love that spot.
Yeah. It's like a classic Sammy Guevara spot now. Golf cart.
The first spot was pretty good. There's no denying that.
Sebastian Hebert in the chat says Florida is another planet. It really does look like another planet tonight, Like it's unbelievable how many people are there just all together. But I know a lot of people in the States have been able to get both the shots for the COVID, so I guess they're fine. I guess it's all done for them, right?
I guess so. Yeah, it's safer.
I don't know.
I think.
Well, at least in Florida. Florida's fully open. And I think Texas as well, right? So
they've been fully open for a long time.
It's up to you. You don't have to go if you don't want to, kind of thing, But it's up.
You can wear a mask if you want to.
Yeah,
there are people wearing
it,
but
But if you don't have to, and you feel confident enough,
nobody seems to be wearing it.
This is kind of what we want, right?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's cool. I like.
It's just so
inspirational.
It's just so different. It's just so like out of like.
Well, we haven't seen it in so long. It's kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
They're doing that over there. That's cool. We might be coming up soon over here. We're gonna be able to do it.
I hope so.
So that's good.
I got tickets to a concert in November.
That's crazy. Oh, Shawn Spears just hit Guevara with a steel chair. 1, 2, no. I have enjoyed this pay-per-view. I know you like the opening match, the pre-show match, Serena Deeb retaining the NWA Women's World Championship over Riho. Did you really like that match more than the Britt Baker match? I thought the Britt Baker
Hikaru
Shida match was fantastic. I much preferred the Britt Baker one. Britt Baker, finally the new AEW Women's World Champion. We predicted it. Everybody predicted it. Everybody's been wanting it for a long time. She's been the uncrowned champion for a long time. She's been the face of this division since the beginning of AEW. It's the Britt Baker DMD era that we are now in. Finally, she's the champion. That was a great moment. The opening match was all right, but I like the Baker-Shida match a lot better.
Well, you like it for the moment, but in terms of match, there was a lot of problems with that match.
I got to agree with Johnny here. In a rare turn, yeah.
How dare you?
Wow,
I preferred the Riho D match. I thought there was a lot of good wrestling, good pinfalls. The submission finish was good. And in the Shida Baker match, like it was kind of boring. Like we were talking about, like a lot of the moves didn't feel like they had much impact.
Yeah.
And Baker, she's a babyface to the fans, but she still kind of carries like a heel. Like she had her manager try to like interfere for her, and then she got hit with it. Which is a very heel kind of move. But yet it was. Her win was treated like a babyface, with the hug with Shivani. So it's a good moment, but it also feels like they're now trying to figure out exactly what to do. Like, is she Becky Lynch or is she a heel? Like she's kind of caught in between. Like they have to do a new identity for her.
I don't know. I think she works well as a babyface or as a heel, but people just wanted her to win tonight. But I think going forward as a heel champion, she'll be good. I get what you're saying, though, technically as a wrestling match, but, just the moment and seeing Britt Baker become champion, I was into that. Whoa. Sammy Guevara just won the match for his team? That's it?
Okay.
Sammy Guevara just did like a flip onto Shawn Spears, 1, 2, 3, and Inner Circle wins the Stadium Stampede.
Shawn Spears is a jabroni.
And now Jericho and Ortiz and Santana and Hager just kind of emerge from wherever the hell they were, looking hurt, and are coming in to celebrate with Sammy Guevara. Did we correctly predict every match on this card, John? On the
except for Royal, because we had Christian and Christian lost.
That's right. We had Christian. He lost. Jungle Boy won the Casino Battle Royal. That is correct. But everything else we predicted correctly, right? We both predicted the Inner Circle to win this match, right?
Right.
We both took Kenny Omega, obviously. We both took Sting and Darby, obviously. We both took Britt Baker for sure. Miro, Cody. I was on the fence, but then I convinced you, and then my convincing of you convinced me to pick Cody, right? Remember that? And then we agreed on.
I remember that.
We agreed on all of our predictions, and we are also correct on all of our predictions. Young Bucks over Moxley and Kingston, Hangman over Brian Cage, Serena Deeb over Riho even. We didn't pick Jungle Boy to win the Casino Battle Royal. We did pick Christian Cage, but other than that, man, pretty good. Pretty good on our predictions for this card, which usually AEW is kind of like unpredictable, harder to kind of gauge, but we're figuring it out. We figured it out for this one. Good pay-per-view.
Well, I figure for this one, maybe it's just, they kind of had to go in these directions, right? Like Inner Circle had to win because if they lost, they would have to break up. They don't want to break them up right away. And Britt Baker, it was her time to win the title. And all the other champions, it's just not their time to lose yet. So it kind of made it a little bit easier, this one. But, we also kind of got a bit lucky because sometimes you don't know. They throw curveballs a lot of time.
Yep. That's it. Not many curveballs tonight. Pretty straightforward. Wow. The Inner Circle now all celebrating and singing Chris Jericho's Judas song with the crowd, and Jericho is loving it. Now's the moment with the crowd. The celebration. The Inner Circle gets the victory. They're all very happy, and that's the end of AEW's Double or Nothing. It's nice to see Jericho get his moment here at the end of the show. He deserves it. He's a big reason why this company exists. AEW Double or Nothing in the books. On 10, I was going to give it an 8, but then I saw the main event, so it's a 7.5 for me. I liked it. I thought we saw some really good matches. I thought Hangman Page versus Brian Cage was an incredible match. I thought the Young Bucks getting the win, retaining the tag team titles over Moxley and Eddie Kingston was a fantastic match. I thought the Casino Battle Royal was pretty boring. I thought Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo totally sucked. I thought Miro versus Lance Archer was a great match. I liked Britt Baker versus Sheeta. I thought that was fun. Sting and Darby versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page was all right, seeing Sting do stuff. I thought Kenny's match was fantastic. And then the main event was like, fine. I want to rank the matches. 10 matches tonight. We're going to rank them 1 to 10 from our favorite to least favorite. We're also going to give a score on 10. I just gave mine. It's a 7.5 on 10 for me. And my match of the night is the triple threat match for the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega retaining over Orange Cassidy and Pac. That was my favorite match. I'm giving it a 7.5 on 10. Little bro, what do you think?
I liked it, but I'm not as glowing as you are. I didn't really like the Young Bucks and Moxley and Kingston match. Like when we were watching it, there's a lot of times where the Bucks just had like 2-on-1 just over, and the ref was just standing by. So there's some bad psychology there.
Tons of it.
And I I don't know. I don't find Eddie Kingston that exciting, and Moxley didn't really bring that much into it either. The constant like flipping off, I felt was just very just kind of like lame. Not you know, it didn't like they were trying to be like Stone Cold or something, but it just felt very like, yeah, fuck you, you know.
I like the entrance to that match from Kingston and Moxley coming through the crowd. There was a lot of energy there.
That was cool. That was cool with the wild thing.
But you're right,
music.
The Bucks were like double teaming like crazy. It was 2-on-1 the whole match. It was super weird. The referee had absolutely no control. Even JR was like, "This referee, goddamn, good God Almighty, piece of shit referee." You know, like everybody noticed it. People on Twitter were like, "Why is this a double team match all the time? Why are the Bucks allowed to be in the ring together all the time?" But if you watch the Bucks matches, they all kind of go like this, right, John? Like, they're always double teaming. It's kind of how they wrestle.
Their offense is
it's
like
just,
that.
Usually, the guys that they wrestle also do it. But for some reason, Eddie Kingston and John Moxley were just like, nope, we're going to be old school. We're going to do tags. And the Bucks are like, well, fuck that. We're going to be 2-on-1 the whole time. And they were allowed to do it because, you know, whatever.
So, going by that, I'd give the pay-per-view a 6.
Ooh. Match of the night?
Kenny.
All right. Johnny?
Wow, it's crazy. Me and your brother, like we agree on a lot of things. Like I also had it as a 6 going into this.
Wavelengths.
And I agree as well with the Bucks match. Like to me, that's when the pay-per-view started to take a bit of a nosedive because like it had good moments, but it also dragged like hell. And like there was some parts where it's like this is awful. The refereeing was awful, of course, that match, but the Bucks as well. Like I just find a lot of their taunting like it goes on way too long. Like they drag way too much stuff with the whole like them doing the Macho Man stuff and them just trying to make fun of everything that they do kind of thing. Like it's fine them being heels, but they just drag it way too. Like how long was that match? Like that felt like it was well over like 25 minutes.
The match was 21 minutes.
Second longest of
That
the
was
night.
close enough.
Or no, third longest.
It felt. Well, there was long matches tonight. And some matches were okay to be long. Like the triple threat match, that's fine that was long. It didn't feel long. That
No, it
tag
didn't.
match. Yikes. And, you know, then you do the tag match, then you do the battle royal. Like, to me, I thought the crowd was dead a bit after that. It kind of built up again, but it took a while.
Yeah, that tag match, you know, it had its moments, but it wasn't my favorite match of the night, and it wasn't, you know, like after that first match that we saw, Hangman versus Brian Cage, and then you followed up with the Bucks and Moxley and Kingston. Like, I appreciated that tag match. It was all right, but watching it, and after it was done, I was like, well, that wasn't match of the night. That was nowhere near as good as that Hangman-Brian Cage match. That shit was incredible. That was a perfect wrestling match, but it was only 12 minutes. And I think, you know, I'm going to give more credit to a match that was a little bit longer and a little bit more, you know, had more substance, had more stuff. I mean, you know, Kenny's match was more than double the time of Hangman's match tonight. And Hangman had an incredible showing. Brian Cage had a great match, but it was a 12-minute match. What Kenny and Orange and Pac did, they did over 27 minutes. And that's a different type of thing. That's a world title match. And also, you know, they did something that I didn't really get from the Hangman-Brian Cage match. I didn't ever think Hangman was going to lose. I had Hangman winning going into this one. And at no point during that match did I really believe Hangman was in trouble and was going to lose. I went into this pay-per-view thinking there's no chance in hell that Kenny Omega is going to lose the AEW World Championship. And watching the match, there were moments where I thought, oh shit, Kenny. Like, you know, Pac had him in a thing, and I was like, oh shit, you know, there were like brief moments where there was the fan in me that was like, Kenny, are you gonna escape this? You know, like there, and to make me believe for even that brief second that Kenny was in trouble, I mean, I gotta give it to them. It's a hell of a job.
Kenny's an artist.
That's it.
He's like a Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes. He's brilliant.
Everything is just so believable.
The crazy eyes all the time, and he gets the camera right there. Like, he's good, man. Like, even when he's wrestling, that character is shining through. You know, he's not just doing these incredible moves and pulling off these incredible sequences. He's also selling that new character that he's getting over during the match. Like, he's very good. I know there are a lot of, Kenny Omega detractors out there. Most of them are Jim Cornette fans, but I just don't get it. I watch Kenny Omega, and he is the best bout machine. Every single show, no matter how good the show, this man goes out there and steals it.
It's true.
He's the man.
When was the last time we haven't picked him for the best match?
Well, Johnny's not, but
But
So
I
you have a
am.
problem with my match pick.
No, I don't have a problem. I'm just saying Johnny didn't pick Kenny's match. Look, Hangman. I said it on Twitter, which you can follow me on Twitter at Dave Simon MMA, Twitter and Instagram, same handle. I said earlier, like, Hangman Page may not have any titles in AEW right now. He doesn't have any gold, but he's the people's champion. He's the uncrowned champion. Hangman is everybody's favorite. Everybody recognizes that Hangman is eventually going to be the man.
Yeah.
That he's going to be the champion.
He's the only one.
And once he becomes that guy, he's the only one. Like MJF, you could kind of say, but not like Hangman. Like, when AEW started, if you paid attention to the Elite and the players and Hangman Page, you knew, well, one day Hangman is going to be the top guy in this company. It's only a matter of time. And as time goes on, it's still only a matter of time. And it's a slow build, and AEW knows it, and the fans know it, and, everybody knows it. It's a matter of time before Hangman Page is the man in AEW, and more than likely the man in all of professional wrestling. People are going to say he is the best wrestler in the world at some point. It's only a matter of time. And you see tonight, he's capable of doing things that, show you this guy could be the best in the world. If you gave Hangman 27 minutes tonight, who knows what kind of painting he would paint on that canvas, what kind of beautiful art that he would do. So in 12 minutes, thank you, Crow Color. In 12 minutes, he does it. Brilliant stuff from Hangman Page, people's champion, uncrowned champion, and at some point he will be the top dog. But just for me, a 12-minute match doesn't hold as much weight as the 27-minute world title match, and that's why I gave the world title the match of the night for me. I'm seeing Doug Hepburn on the chat. He says, I'm with you, Dave. Good wrestling matches, 7.5 on 10. I gave it a 7.5. You gave it a 6.
It was 6.
Johnny, did I get your
I don't think we got it yet.
It's
your
a
number?
6.
Oh, you got
A 6 too.
It's 6.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right.
You're in agreement with me. That's right. We're on wavelength.
But if we are to count them down, like my favorite match to my least favorite match, thank you, Frank. I would go with Kenny as my favorite match, followed by the Hangman Brian Cage match, followed by Miro and Lance Archer, followed by... Then it gets tough. I really like those matches, and then everything else is kind of, maybe the tag match, and then Britt Baker, and then Stadium Stampede, or Serena Deeb, and then Stadium Stampede, and then the Battle Royal, and then definitely Cody and Anthony Ogogo is my least favorite match, right? Like, that's got to be everybody's least favorite match.
That was garbage.
That was the suckiest bunch of sucks that I ever sucked. That was not good.
Yeah, and all the America stuff.
Ugh. The build to this match sucked. The match itself sucked. Cody winning was good because, Cody shouldn't lose to this jabroni guy, Anthony Ogogo. I was not impressed by Anthony Ogogo tonight.
Go, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, they made him, he's a guy that people know now. He's Anthony Ogogo. Like 3 months ago, I never heard of this guy. Now I know him. It's like, oh yeah, he's that British guy who hates America, who's a boxer who wrestled Cody that one time. That's who Anthony Ogogo is. They made him into a name in AEW. We'll see what he does next. I don't really care, though, because I wasn't impressed with him at all tonight, and I thought that was the worst match on the card. Right, John? I think we might not agree with the best match, but the worst match, definitely Cody and Ogogo, right? That sucked.
Well, it's tough because I wasn't a big fan of the Battle Royal. I don't know what you guys thought about Battle Royal. Like, it had some good moments to it, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. Like, I just thought near the end too, like, it wasn't that exciting. Like,
but at least
it was kind of cool.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, just Christian and Jungle Boy, that was kind of cool, and there was a little bit with Matt Hardy, but there wasn't much of it though. It was very, very little of that. It just felt like it didn't mean that much because so much was happening in the ring. This is the problem with Battle Royals. Like, they shouldn't be on the pay-per-view. Like, this should have been the pre-show match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely should have been the pre-show match, but I still liked it better than Cody and Ogogo because the finish was good with Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy winning was a cool moment. Christian congratulating him was cool. And Matt Hardy and Christian just being in the same ring together, that was cool enough for me. The only disappointing part was Colt Cabana didn't have much of a showing at all. Like, Colt was in and out of that thing. And Johnny Hungy, I guess, is still hurt, so he wasn't in there. I love the pop that Evil Uno got. I thought that was amazing. Like, you could tell the Dark Order over the past year, they've been getting over and over and over. And a full crowd tonight, Evil Uno comes out. He gets a huge, huge pop. By the way, my prayers have been answered. They are making an Evil Uno and Stu Grayson and Johnny Hungy action figure.
Oh, God.
That's right. I'm going to order like a dozen Johnny Hungy action figures. As soon as they're available, I'm buying all of the Johnny Hungys. Oh my God, I cannot wait to get a Johnny Hungy toy. And an Evil Uno and a Grayson, but the Uno is going to be a cool toy, but the Grayson and the Hungy, though. The Hungy is the one I want. I've been asking for a Johnny Hungy toy for so long. Disappointed he wasn't in the thing, but it was cool seeing Christian and Matt Hardy in the thing. And, we thought Christian was going to win. Surprised to see Jungle Boy win. He's going to get a shot against Kenny for the AEW World Championship in 2 weeks on Dynamite. There's no chance in hell Jungle Boy wins, but the match will be good and it'll be fun to see.
Leo Rush was a bit of a wet fart also.
Yeah, I don't give a shit
It's like,
about
here's
him.
a new guy. Leo Rush. Okay.
Is he in AEW now? Like, I'm more impressed that Mark Henry's there, and he's not even wrestling. You know what I mean? Leo Rush is there, and he may wrestle, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't watch you when you were in NXT. I'm not really going to care about you on AEW Dark Elevation, you know?
Yeah.
Or AEW Rampage, or whatever he's going to be on.
Well, what's interesting is that there's heat between Leo Rush and Mark Henry. So it's interesting that they both come to the same Fed at the same time. So I wonder how that worked backstage. I'm sure there might be some stories about that.
Didn't Leo Rush have like heat with everybody?
But Mark Henry, I think he called him out or something, like on Twitter and everything, and like really bashed the hell out of it pretty bad. Mark Henry did the same as well to him. So
why would you want to pick a fight with Mark Henry?
I don't know.
Especially if like your Leo Rush was like what, like 180 pounds, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Jesus.
Look pretty small.
I don't know. I mean, is Leo Rush in AEW now, or
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, it
was that just
a
one?
debut?
I'm
Sure.
sure
one time.
We'll get another match. No,
It's like
he'll
Brian
probably
Cage
wrestle again
debuted the
at
same way, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was like
Yeah.
the Joker.
So
and
does
I think-
Seidel.
Yeah.
So it's a way to showcase.
Yeah. As far as free agent signings, I mean, it's not really the one anyone was looking for, right?
Or was it going to be John Cena?
Or Daniel Bryan.
No.
I think Mark Henry's a bigger surprise tonight. Like, of the surprises, Leo Rush or Mark Henry, what was more surprising to you, Johnny?
Mark Henry, just because I thought he was like a WWE scout. So the fact that he's pretty much dropped that and now he's in AEW, that's very surprising.
Maybe he's
I
a
didn't
spy.
think like he'd want to. I don't know if they put him like commentating for a new show. Highly doubtful.
Yeah.
Like you agree with something like that.
Didn't Vince have spies in like WCW? They're like alleged guys, reporting back to Vince.
Possibly.
Well,
I don't know if they were planted there or they
Who
just
knows?
had
Wasn't
loyalty.
like potentially Russo maybe like planned?
Well, that's what people said, but
Yeah.
I don't think that was true.
Yeah.
That's just rumors.
Conspiracy theories, of course.
Yeah, conspiracies. You're talking about wrestling conspiracies now, to which there are tons.
Yes, and many true.
Johnny Hungy just tweeted, "I passed out and forgot to do those run-ins." Oh,
There you
Johnny
go.
Hungy.
Always a
He's
bum
so
bum.
funny. I was disappointed he wasn't there. Like, I was kind of hoping that he would be in that casino battle royal and win. Because if anybody should get a shot at Kenny on Dynamite that he's not going to win, man, why not Johnny Hungy? Would have been great.
But he's hurt though. Like,
Yeah, I know.
It just can't be right now. So
Yeah.
patience.
Sebastian thought Andrade was going to be the Joker. Yep, no Andrade here. I guess he's going to be wrestling in Mexico, or who knows.
I think he's wrestling Alberto Del Rio in Mexico.
Is he?
Is that a wrestler?
Del Rio still wrestling? Good God Almighty. Angelo says Leo Rush is signed to MLW, New Japan, and AAA. Well, I don't think he's signed to any of those companies. I think he just kind of has worked for them. He's done some of the New Japan USA stuff, but that's not like a full-time gig. So I think he's available
they said on
to go.
commentating as well that he just wrestled there. Like, he wasn't signed. They just said he appeared there. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You can appear at those places and not actually like have exclusive contracts. It's not like other wrestling promotions that we could talk about. I thought this pay-per-view was solid from AEW. I don't think it was the best pay-per-view. You're giving it a 6. Johnny's giving it a 6. I'm giving it quite a bit better, 7.5. I thought we had some good stuff here. Miro versus Lance Archer I thought was a very good match. Miro gets the win. I didn't love the finish to the match, though. The game over camel clutch thing that he does. Lance Archer just passes out to the move. Not a great finish. Right. I thought the match was good. Cool little moment when Jake the Snake came in with a bag with a supposed snake in it, and Miro just grabs the bag and like whips it down the ramp. That was kind of cool. There was some hard-hitting action. It wasn't the match I was hoping it would be. I thought this could have been a show stealer. It wasn't, but it was very good. It was very good. It was fun to watch. Miro gets the win, as we thought. At no point did I think Archer was going to win, but I liked the action. It was two meaty men slapping meat, as they say.
A Biggie?
Big meaty men slapping meat. That's Biggie. That's a Biggie original.
Well, I thought it was all right. Like, it wasn't like the best match, far from it, but it was fine for what it was. And in terms of the finish, like, the problem is I don't know what else you really could have done unless you used a bunch of like salad dressing, pretty much. And like, I don't think they wanted to use salad dressing here. They had that for other matches, like the triple threat match. So you got that kind of finish. That's the only thing they had, really, when you think about it, in terms of the moves they could have used.
Yeah. Miro needs another finisher.
What else?
I don't know, like anything, a running power slam, some sort of finisher where he can pin a guy, because he's a big, powerful guy, and for him to have a submission finish is just weird. The Machka kick is good. Just do the kick, do a big super kick. His super kick is great. It looks great. Use that as a finish. I don't know, man, but the accolade, a big, strong muscle guy like that needs like a slam or suplex finish. You need a finish to pin. Everybody's got a finish to pin. That's how, that's how you win big matches. That's how big match wrestlers win. You can't have a submission-only finisher. Unless you're Bret the Hitman Hart.
I was about to say, unless you're Bret.
Or Ric Flair. But nobody these days does it. You know what I mean? Like, since Stone Cold and The Rock, like, everybody's got a pinfall finisher. Even Jericho, who used to use the Lion Tamer or the Walls of Jericho, he threw in the Code Breaker and then the Judas effect. Like, he recognized, like, I can't just have submission finishers, because a lot of guys, they don't want to tap out, or the story doesn't make sense for them to give up. So, kind of like Lance Archer tonight. You don't want Lance Archer to give up, so you have him pass out due to the pain. So he loses, but he doesn't lose. So a pinfall finish, it helps. It helps. An STO, a side slam, a backbreaker, a spine buster. Like, it doesn't matter. Miro's so big and powerful, he could get anything over. Just a scoop slam. Just a big scoop up, body slam, pin him. Like, do that, get that over. You could get something simple over, or do, a fancy move. Find something that somebody's doing in some indie fed in Japan, rip that off, and use it as your own. Like, there are moves out there. Go watch some old Canyon matches and take a move that somebody hasn't ripped off from him. Like, there are moves out there, John. You know just as well as I do. I just think a pinfall finisher for Miro would help, because right now the only way he can win matches is with that finish, and everything he's got going for him works, but that finish was weak.
I don't like that he goes on his back for it now. Like when he does the
he
game over, it looks like he's in trouble, and then he wins.
Looks like he's getting pinned.
Yeah, it looks like he's in trouble, and then it's like Miro wins. I'm like, I don't feel any of the yeah, like you don't get any of that tension.
It's no good.
Yeah, it's I don't know why he did. I guess maybe it would look too much like his WWE move to do the accolade, but like it's a Steiner recliner. You know, you could do it in any Fed.
It's a camel clutch.
Yeah, it's not. Basic. It's not like that. Like, oh, it's Rusev. The crowd's not gonna start chanting Rusev at him.
Super chat.
Ooh, thank you.
Douglas Hepburn says Bobby Lashley uses a submission. He does, but
didn't always.
I don't like it either. I don't like his finisher either, the full Nelson. I think that's ridiculous, and no one would ever pass out to a full Nelson. We got our man Glenn McKenzie who talks to us. You know, he's usually on with the Dynamite stuff, but it's a little late for him tonight. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's a competition black belt. He's a coach. He owns a school, and he just thinks it's absolutely ridiculous as a finisher, a full Nelson, and I agree 100%. And, a camel clutch, too. You're not going to choke somebody out. It's going to hurt. But you're not going to choke somebody out to the pass out. Angelo dropping the super chat. He is the super chat leader of the night right now, so far. Thank you, Angelo. He says amazing analysis of the pay-per-view tonight, guys. Thank you, man. Glad you liked the show. Appreciate you. Doug says, how about the body press and splash like the Warrior? I love all those. Bios and docs. Yeah, those were good last week. But yeah, like a gorilla press, probably not. But how about a running splash? Like anything. It doesn't really matter, right? Miro's good enough. Like he could do a Machka kick, a guy drops, he does like a running splash, and he's
big air,
and he yells "Ram!" or like he yells "Machka" or "Game Over Time" or whatever the fuck he wants to yell.
It's a me, Mario.
It's a Miro time, and he does a splash.
That's good. It's Miro time.
It's Miro time. It's Miro time. It's Miro time. Boom, woohoo, Miro time. Does a splash. 1, 2, 3, gets out of there. I think a pinfall finisher's very useful for wrestlers, right? You have a pinfall finisher, John. You don't do a submission. I know you're STO.
Well, that's nice that you know it, but it's it's okay to have different finishers. It's not a problem, but I mean, I think right now for Miro, just to make him look impressive, that he can make people pass out, it makes him look better, no? Because not a lot of people can pull that off right now. So the fact that he does that, no one else is really doing that in AEW, so kind of makes him stand out.
Isn't Jake Hager choking people out with the head and arm triangle?
Yes.
Like, when's the last time he wrestled, and when's the last time he actually did that? Like, I feel like
they said he pulled it off tonight. He didn't really, but like when the announcer said the announcer said he did.
Britt Baker has a submission finisher, the lockjaw. Made Sheeta tap out tonight.
Yeah, that's a powerful move.
Pass.
All right. I don't know. I don't think you can pass out to that move. I think it's a little silly. I don't know. You know who's got a pinfall finisher? Sting. He didn't use his Scorpion Deathlock tonight. He used the Scorpion Death.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he attempted it, but he didn't win with it. He used the Death Drop.
Well, it wasn't legal at the time. That's why.
Yeah, I thought he was. That match was a little confusing. Sting and Darby beat Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page tonight. Sting hitting the Scorpion Death Drop on Scorpion Sky for the win. A lot of Scorpions in this match.
Scorpio Sky, not Scorpion Sky.
It doesn't matter what his name is. You walked right into that. And of course I know your finisher, John. I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm rocking a shirt of, some of your associates. I don't know if you see this. Most Caliente tag team over here.
Yeah, hopefully they still are after 2 years, in isolation.
Oh, you don't think they're Caliente anymore? They're still Caliente. You're boys. I know you know a masked man very well. They're masked accountant. Big, muscular guy wearing a mask. Looks a little like you. I know you know the guy well. I don't think it's you. I think it's like a guy you know. But he's good friends with the Lucha Libre team. Most Caliente tag team.
Well, I think in October they have a show coming up, so hopefully that happens, and we'll wait and see, But that's October. We're not there yet, so we're talking about Double or Nothing and Sting,
right.
which I thought was fantastic tonight.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm. Sting mark over here.
Well, not just being biased here, like that dive that he did there, like that was incredible.
I mean, he dove a short distance onto two people. It was pretty good. Everything he did looked like it hurt him. Every offensive move, every move he took looked really painful. Like that dive when he rolled off,
good, though.
It looked like it hurt. I mean, he looks good for a 62-year-old man.
He was moving good, though. Like, he didn't look blown up. Like, I know you guys complained before, like, when he did the run-ins, he was blown up. He wasn't blown up in that match.
No, and he took his T-shirt off, too, so you know he's in good shape. He looked in good shape. He wasn't terrible. Darby did most of the work, though. I mean, Darby took the heat from both guys, and he was in there for most of the match, and Sting kind of cleaned up and won the match for them, right?
Well, it's playing to your strengths, pretty much. Sting is better as the comeback guy. Darby's better as the guy that takes the beating. Makes sense for both their characters, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sting had like 2 or 3 hot tags in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He took that suplex, too, on the...
Yes, on the stage.
On the stage.
That he no-sold.
Yeah, he no-sold. That was impressive. Old Steve.
Yeah.
The no-selling's kind of important.
Yeah, it's part of his gimmick.
We also have to do it, too. Yeah. Like, he has to, I got to get up now.
Yeah, no-sell. Yeah, it's not easy, actually, to no-sell when you have to take a bump like that. That's actually pretty hard.
So you like the Sting and Darby match? Like, it wasn't my favorite match of the night. It was 12 and a half minutes. It wasn't too long. It felt longer than 12 and a half minutes.
The intro was weird.
Like, oh, yeah, with Sting and Darby in the car.
It's showtime, all that. It was weird. It felt like a weird movie.
Like, Hangman Page.
Yeah, I think it was a parody of something.
The Hangman match and the Sting match were roughly the same amount of time. The Sting match felt about 5 times longer.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I didn't feel that. And I felt like when Sting did that dive. Yeah, but when Sting did that dive, the crowd went absolutely crazy. That may have been one of the biggest pops we saw tonight.
Yeah.
If not the biggest.
Yeah, the crowd was into Sting. It's a Florida crowd.
Sting country.
It's Sting country. They love Sting over there.
WCW.
And, Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Based in Florida for years. Sting is over in that part of the world. And, that's what you heard tonight. And that's all well and good. I am not tuning into AEW for Sting. I understand that some people are, and that's great. I think it's cool that Darby Allin was able to team with Sting again tonight. That's cool for his career in 10 years, He'll be able to say, I team with Sting. Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page were in the ring with Sting tonight. I don't think either man ever thought that they'd actually be wrestling Sting on pay-per-view. So that's cool. You give them their moments. They get to be in there with Sting. And Sting gets to continue to wrestle.
Oh.
Who dropped that super chat? Who did that? Harold Schneider.
Oh, Harry.
Harold Schneider says, never watched AEW. May start. You are convincing me. Well, I'd recommend AEW. I would not recommend the WWE to a friend. When it's like, Would you recommend this to a friend? Would you recommend watching Raw to a friend? John, would you recommend to your friends that they watch Raw?
I'd recommend SmackDown.
Would you? I would not recommend SmackDown. Yeah. I could not recommend a show that revolves so much around Roman Reigns. I would recommend AEW. I like AEW.
Gotta acknowledge him, man. Don't acknowledge hthem. That's the problem.
He's a very insecure man, Roman Reigns. He really just wants to be acknowledged. Very sad guy.
Yeah, it's really petty.
People don't acknowledge me. I walk by and nobody even talks to me. I'm getting snubbed everywhere. Totally not acknowledged. Poor Roman. No one acknowledges him. Thank you, Harold Schneider, for the super chat. Appreciate you. I like AEW. I think it's good. I like the pay-per-view tonight. I like this pay-per-view way more than the last WWE pay-per-view, which was dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania Backlash was horrendous. This was way more fun. And this is going to be way better than Hell in a Cell in 3 weeks. That's going to be garbage, too. Prove me wrong, WWE. Prove me wrong. But yeah, Sting had his moments here tonight. Hit the Scorpion Death Drop, got the win. And then we had the Stadium Stampede. It went 31 minutes and 30 seconds. And the Inner Circle got the win. You know, just a lot of brawls around the arena. It finally ended with Sammy Guevara doing a dive on Shawn Spears, and then it was just over. The finish to the match was off. I don't know what happened there, but it was not good. The match itself was like kind of long. If you like that type of stuff, you know, the cinematic brawling, then maybe you like that match. I don't know. I'm seeing mixed reviews.
Maybe it was better than the first one, but that's not saying much.
I didn't hate it like the first one.
I guess.
First one, I was like offended by it. This one, I was like, it's not that bad. Like, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, this was better than the first one, I would say. But a lot of people love the first one, so I don't know. Maybe people didn't like this one. I don't know what people thought, but I'll tell you what I thought. I like this one more than the first one, but I still didn't like this one. This is not my favorite style match at all.
It can go away.
Yeah. If we never see another Stadium Stampede, like, I'd be totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. Overall, I did like this pay-per-view. I'm a little surprised you guys ranked it so low. 6 on 10.
6 is still above average. Like,
Well, you got a problem with 6.
What'd you give WrestleMania Backlash?
I gave it a 6 as well.
You gave it a
what?
6? Oh, what the I think I gave it like a 1 or something.
I agree with that. Acknowledge him.
Thank you, Doug. I acknowledge you.
Yes.
Doug, you are acknowledged. Doug Hepburn, you are acknowledged.
Nice.
I just sent you a package yesterday, Doug. You should be getting your Ringside Report hat in the mail very soon that you won on the last UFC pay-per-view watch-along.
A chapeau.
Which color?
Thank you, Doug. It's the gray and the blue. Like mine.
That's
like,
cool.
Like AJ's.
Oh.
Doug's going to have the same hat that I have and that AJ has. And you can buy a hat at merch.ringsidereport.net. I totally forgot what I was saying there. It's getting late. Look at you. You're falling asleep.
I'm not. I ain't falling asleep.
This guy was falling asleep mid pay-per-view. I'm telling you.
It was boring. That's why,
I don't blame him. Yeah,
Cody, it was rough.
I felt the same way too.
It was rough. Cody,
like it,
I was upset that I was like sleeping a bit through the Miro match because I was genuinely interested in it, but like the Cody and the Moxley and the Battle Royal just started like knocking me out.
Yeah, he was sleeping during that.
Yeah, I perked up. I perked up.
I was wide awake. We ate a big bowl of gummy bears and gave me sugar energy for the whole night. Gummy bears.
The Bears.
They're pretty good. And that's it. And that's it. And Doug Hepburn says, hopefully you guys get so many members you don't have time to shout back. I mean, that would be cool.
I'll still shout at everyone.
But Doug, we'd always have time for you. We would
back,
always have time for Doug because Doug is a longtime member and he's a longtime supporter, and I acknowledge him. Angelo says 6 out of 10 sounds mediocre to me. Yeah, I thought it was above average. I thought it was 7.5, but I don't know how Johnny gives this one the same ranking as WrestleMania Backlash. I gave that like a 2.
Yeah, that's strange.
The pay-per-view was horrible.
Well, I remember the good stuff, not so much. Just forget about the zombies. If you take the zombies out, like there was some good stuff on that show.
No, there wasn't.
I know you didn't like the triple threat match, but I liked the triple threat match of Lashley, Strowman, and McIntyre. Like I thought that was a good match. Like it was all back and forth action. Like I enjoyed that.
Buh. I didn't really like that too much. It was okay. I didn't like.
It was the best match on the show.
Yeah, it was, but I didn't think the show was good at all. I thought Roman and Cesaro was nowhere near as good as what people thought. Like I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, this match was so good." I was like, "Yeah," but you know, it sucked as well. It was mostly sucky. So I didn't
think it was the best match.
It was
but
not good.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I hated it.
No, but this was a much better pay-per-view.
Yeah, this was way better than that pay-per-view. How are you not saying this is better?
It's different though because one, that pay-per-view ends like 10 o'clock. You know, we're past midnight here. You know, like they lose a lot of points for that. They got to end their pay-per-views. It was practically midnight where this pay-per-view ended.
A little before.
Like, yeah, well, they got to tighten that up there a bit. Like, their pay-per-views are way too long. Or make them start earlier. WWE starts at 7. Maybe they should take some notes.
They were.
Yeah,
Rio was on at 7, I think.
They have an hour buy-in, and they
7:30.
only had one match. They could totally start the pay-per-view at 7, right? Do the buy-in at 6, start the pay-per-view at 7 on a Sunday night. What are you waiting for? I don't disagree with that. Start a little bit earlier and then run till 11. But yeah, I think the pay-per-views are a little long, but I kind of understand because they only have 4 pay-per-views a year, so they want to cram as much into a pay-per-view as they possibly can. They give you more bang for your buck, and they only do 4 a year. So I'm not hating on it. I'm happy with it. If you give me a 4-hour pay-per-view 4 times a year, that's better than a 2.5-hour pay-per-view 14 times a year. That's just too much. WWE just gives me too much. Who did that?
Yeah, who did that? They
Doug
didn't pop
Hepburn.
up.
Oh.
Aww.
Why you gotta say that?
Doug Hepburn
What's
dropped
wrong?
the super chat. He says, Tigers swept the Yankees. Almost forgot. Why do you have to say that, Doug? They did. And the Tigers are in last place. How the hell did that happen?
I don't know. And they swept the White Sox last week, the Yankees, who are like the top of the AL Central.
What happened?
I don't know. It's weird. So I saw someone said this today, I don't know who. It said, when the Yankees win a game, it feels like they'll never lose again.
Yes.
And when the Yankees lose, it feels like they'll just never win again. It's weird. And it goes week to week.
Yeah. It's a weird team.
It's a weird team this year. I don't know.
But goddamn, when they're hot, they're on fire.
I don't know about long term this season. I don't know.
Aw.
The
Yeah, I'd be
the
worried.
Rays, the Red Sox.
But the 1-2 punch of Cole and Kluber in the
Kluber's
playoffs?
hurt now.
Yeah, but he'll be back. If you
He'll
can
be
do a
healthy.
1-2 punch of Cole and Kluber with that lineup in a playoff situation, as long as they make the playoffs, they're going to be in good, I'm telling you.
My pick is for trade, picks, deadline's coming up soon. The Nationals, I think, are in the basement in the NL East. I want Max Scherzer. He's a free agent at the end of the year. It's going to be expensive.
Who cares? It's
But
the Yankees.
that guy's fucking intense.
the
He's a
Yankees,
playoff
yeah.
performer. I wanted him in Yankees the whole time.
Yeah,
That's who I want.
I'll take him.
Big Maxie. Big Mad Max.
Come to us, Max Scherzer. Yeah. AEW All Out is going to be in Chicago, Illinois in September, and they announced Full Gear will be in St. Louis, Missouri on November the 6th. So they are setting up their pay-per-view schedule
On a
next
Saturday.
Is that November 6th is a Saturday?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Okay. Back to Saturdays. Sundays, Saturdays. Who knows? WWE's doing a Saturday pay-per-view in August. SummerSlam's going to be on a Saturday.
For real?
Yeah.
I wonder what's up with that. Is there something going on Sunday?
It's unclear why they're doing it. I'm not sure why.
That's different.
It's probably a scheduling issue. They just couldn't probably get the venue when they wanted it, so that's when they could get it. So
It's in Denver? No,
Vegas,
Vegas,
most
Vegas.
likely.
right.
Yeah, most likely. But it's weird because it's going to be in a stadium, but there's a Manny Pacquiao fight happening in Vegas the same night.
Really?
So people are like,
sucks for them.
why? Yeah, but at the same time, the people that are going to the Pacquiao fight are going to the Pacquiao fight. People are going to SummerSlam are going to SummerSlam. Also, for the viewing audience, people at home, SummerSlam is going to be over way before Pacquiao fights. SummerSlam probably ends latest 10:30, maybe 11 at the latest, right?
Yeah, maybe 11, yeah.
But Pacquiao doesn't fight on a boxing pay-per-view till 11:30 midnight. So I don't know. I think for the people in attendance in Las Vegas, it's fine because the wrestling fans will go to SummerSlam, the boxing fans will go to Pacquiao. There's some crossover, but not much. And the Vegas is not a lot of. They don't go for the residents; they go for people flying in. It's a lot of kind of out of towner crowds for Vegas, especially for an event like SummerSlam when they announce it now in August for Vegas. Gets people time to make travel plans. And again, for the viewing audience at home, you could watch SummerSlam and watch Pacquiao in the same night. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it does look like it's going to be a Saturday in August for SummerSlam this year. So AEW going from Sundays to Saturdays, and WWE's doing it too. Why not? Why not? And Floyd Mayweather's next fight, usually boxing matches are on Saturdays, right? The Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight is next Sunday. It's a week from tonight.
Damn.
And you're doing something for it, or?
Yeah, we'll do a watch along here on the channel just for that fight. I'm not watching the other boxing matches before that because who has time for that? But when the Mayweather Logan Paul fight is about to happen, like when the fight before them is like near over, we'll come on and then we'll do a watch along of that specific boxing match, Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, and that's what we'll do next Sunday.
So next Sunday, wow,
big fight.
That's right, brother. Okay, and I'll be back here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night?
Well, or
tonight.
technically tonight.
Am I doing that? You guys want to see me again?
Do you want to subject yourself to Raw?
I mean, I'll probably watch Raw tomorrow night. Yeah. You guys want to see me again tomorrow night, or should I take the night off? What do you guys think?
You can leave in the comment section.
No. Johnny Carson took Mondays off.
Yeah, Mondays off after a pay-per-view is not a bad idea for me. But we're not doing a show Wednesday night for Dynamite because there's no Dynamite Wednesday. We're going to be back on Friday night doing a post-Smackdown show and a Dynamite watch-along, right? That's when Johnny and I will be back together Friday night, 10 p.m., right after Smackdown for Wrestling Uncensored, as we are every Friday night at 10 p.m. We will be back on here again Friday night, 10 p.m. We'll watch Dynamite with you because Dynamite's going to be on again Friday night at 10 this week because of the NBA on TNT. So we'll be watching Dynamite, recapping SmackDown with you Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Ringside Report Network. I will be back here tomorrow night after Raw. Angelo wants to see me. And if Angelo wants to see me... Oh, he tried to order his stuff, but a payment wouldn't go through. We'll try again, Angelo. I don't know why that is. The shops is up and running. I know Brian Firth just bought a hat recently, so I know that everything's working. It should work out for you, Angelo. Go to merch.ringsidereport.net to get the merch. Angelo, thank you for supporting. Doug Hepburn as well. Who's the Super Chat leader tonight? Is it Doug or is it Angelo? I think it's Angelo. Yeah, it is Angelo.
Close.
It was a close one. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton as well, longtime member. Patrick was a member since day one. Like, as soon as membership was a thing on our YouTube channel, Patrick signed up, and he's still a member, and we love you and appreciate you out in Regina, Saskatchewan. Go Habs for my friends in Montreal, but also go Jets for my friend Patrick out in Regina.
What about go Leafs?
Go Leafs for my friends out in Toronto. But I guess being in Montreal and looking at Johnny North and his angry face, I'd have to say go Habs. I don't want to make him
I'm
mad.
actually not angry about it. Like, again, like I said before,
you're big
we've
and
already
scary.
won in a sense.
You're big and scary. I don't want to piss you off.
We've already won, so like even if they lose tomorrow, like or later today, like I'm not gonna be that mad because like to get to Game 7, that was a journey in itself.
That's
to
true.
Get that Game 6, that
true.
meant,
No
that meant
one
everything.
thought they'd get this far. But so just everything, just screw the Bruins, basically. Fuck the Bruins. I think everyone could agree
The
on that.
Bruins were amazing. The Bruins were amazing this past weekend.
Fuck the Bruins.
Are they in the playoffs too?
They're probably gonna be in the Cup final.
Oh, yeah.
They
or
always are.
Conference finals, maybe.
Yeah, if they could get past Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa's
Why do you
tough.
not like them?
Bruins?
I mean, I understand not liking the Red Sox, but why the Bruins?
They're like the Red Sox. They're just always there.
Huh.
Every time you think they're out, they just kind of come back. Their main guy, Brad Marchand's got like a rat face.
Oh.
And it's just like annoying.
I
They're
really
just
like
always
that guy.
there.
I really like that guy Chara because he was so big.
He's not with Boston anymore.
Oh,
Does
he still play?
He was with Washington. He lost to the Bruins in the first round.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's 44.
I love that guy Chara. He was
Yeah.
so big and everybody was just scared of him. Tremendous.
6'7". I think that guy.
I love that
44
guy.
years old.
I used to feel the same way you guys felt, but then I went and wrestled in Boston, met a lot of people, and then I realized, well, Boston's actually pretty cool. So I don't
I like
hate the
Boston.
Bruins
Oh,
or
Boston
Red Sox
town.
much.
I don't hate the Bruins. I don't really have a reason to hate them. I don't hate the Boston Celtics. I hate the Red Sox because I love the Yankees. But I really like Boston. I think Boston's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
really like Boston.
A lot of brick buildings.
Reminds me a lot of Montreal. It's very nice.
A lot of history.
Yeah, Boston's beautiful. I love Boston. Boston people are nice. Boston food is good. I like Boston.
But fuck the Bruins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that.
I don't like them.
But fuck the Red Sox for sure.
That-
For sure, fuck the Red Sox.
I got no problem with the Celtics.
Well, I got no problem with them.
I mean, the Lakers were a better team
I
in the
think
80s.
Larry Bird is a pretty cool guy, too.
Kareem was better, though.
Shout out to Angelo supporting the channel, Super Chat Leader of the Night. Shout out to Patrick C. Hamilton. Also, Harold Schneider. Hope you start watching AEW, my man. Doug Hepburn, of course, acknowledging you. Will not acknowledge the Tigers.
Oh,
All right. And
sad way to end the show.
Angelo's having trouble getting stuff over at merch.ringsidereport.net. I don't know. I don't know why. We'll look into it.
Gotta get on that.
Yeah, well, we'll see if there's an issue, but it might not be us. It might be the method of payment that he's using. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's saying
Figure it out.
the method of payment's not going through. I don't know what he's using. I don't know. Maybe he's not putting in his credit card number exactly right. Maybe he's missing a digit. Maybe he's putting in a wrong digit. Or maybe there's something wrong with the site right now, which shouldn't be because it's merch.ringsidereport.net. And I know that we just ordered stuff from there the other day, so it should be fine, but we'll look into it, Angelo, for you because you are a member of the team. Don't forget to become a member. Join down below. Hit that join button. Hit the like button as well. It helps us out. If you're not going to become a member, you can like the video. That's nice. We appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel, too. More subscribers, more visibility on YouTube, more things, and we do the things for you. I'll be back tomorrow night after Raw around 11 p.m. here Eastern Time. And then Johnny and I will be back Friday. And then I'll be back again Thursday, too, for some MMA talk. Is it UFC? Oh, yeah. Augusto Sakai versus Jairzinho Rosenstrike coming up on Saturday night in the UFC. They're going to get a mouthful. It's going to be a hell of a heavyweight contest between Sakai and Rosenstrike. We'll preview it for you here Thursday night on Ringside Report MMA. Spoiler alert, I'm going with Jairzinho. All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching tonight. This was the AEW Double or Nothing post show.